All right, I think we're live. Let's see if we get some folks in here so you guys can tell me what's the smartphone of the year in 2023. We got some, definitely some potential. So I'm going to go ahead and send this to the gram. Stop by. Let me see. I wanted to do a little live stream because I got a new setup, but I wanted to see how the microphones sound so you guys can be a witness to the madness. Let's see. Yo, Sean, what's going on, man? What do you think, Sean? What's the phone of the year, my man? Brian, how you doing, buddy? I'm gonna send this over to the Twitter sphere. See if people will come through. What's up, Tech for Your Needs? How you guys doing? What do you guys think, man? Phone of the year? iPhone, Samsung, Google, OnePlus? Is it a foldable? Is it a import? Vivo, Oppo, Lolo? No, Lolo don't make a phone yet. I'm just kidding. Oh hell no! All right, let me see if I can get this out to the masses. See if we get some people to come through. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm live. Let's share. Go to the Twitters. There we go. I sent it. Let me get back to the stream. My camera gets in the way of where I'm at. Ooh, OnePlus Open. Now the OnePlus Open is an awesome device. I'm a little worried about its some of the vulnerabilities that it has as far as being a foldable, as far as the screen. I've seen some people drop them and things have not gone well. The cameras, I don't know if they're top tier, if you ask me, but um, some people may have different opinions. I know personally using it, I don't like how you have to kind of baby the camera a little bit. It has a good system and it may get better. Um, but who knows? Oh, BG Tech Life Pixel 7a. I'm telling you, that right there is a contender for phone of the year because of the price, all the features, and the camera performance is outstanding. I mean, it's sensational. Let me get a little closer to the mic. Sensational. The Pixel 7a is one of the top phones. I love it. Shout out to BG Tech Life. Yo, yo. Let's get some people up on the stream here. Sean says, yo, yo. Uh-oh. We got all the way from, I'm probably butchering the hell out of this. Alabama. Thumbs up, Alabama or no? Yeah, okay. All right. All the way from Alabama. Let's give a big welcome to Eric, the tech gentleman. Crimson Tide, roll tide.
We'll take it. We got to have somebody from the SEC in there, man.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
People at Florida State, they're not mad at you. They just hate you right now.
Hey, the only people mad about Florida State not getting in the Florida State people.
Probably, probably.
Everybody mad
Yeah,
about Alabama getting
everybody's.
in.
Well,
Georgia mad. Michigan mad.
next year we won't have that problem. Oh, phone
Yeah,
tech at work. Hello to phone tech at work.
yeah, you're gonna have that problem again though, because next year people gonna be mad that number 13 ain't get in. We
Yeah,
should have
well,
got
I
in
think
instead
it'll
of
be a
number
little
12.
easier to stomach if Tulane at 13 doesn't get in. I mean,
Yeah,
my heart
yeah,
goes out to Tulane, but come on,
yeah.
you know how
Be
it
fewer
is.
people. Be fewer
So
people mad,
what's
but still mad.
so what's going on, man? I just wanted to do a little impromptu stream here.
Yes, sir. Just
Uh,
got
t-
back from picking up my youngest.
oh, cool, man, cool.
Yep.
What grade now? Where are we at
Pre-K.
now? Pre-K. Oh God, you
Yep.
still have a long time to go. All
Yeah.
right, we'll be definitely in prayer for elementary school, middle school for you.
Oh yeah. Well, we got a guinea pig. The oldest, she's in third grade, so
Oh, okay, you're good then.
she's blazing the trail.
Yeah, and
But
it's always good to have the sibling
yeah,
to kind of
yeah,
help you guys out. So that's good.
yeah. My youngest can't wait. Cannot wait to be in the same school
Oh, I
with
bet.
her
I
with her
bet.
sister.
So Sean says I'm going with the Xperia One. How do you say that phone? It's always soon these phones are always complicated. Is that the Xperia One Mark Five, or is it the
Yeah,
One V?
that's the one they say it over. That's why they say it overseas.
Yeah,
So this is the 1.5, I guess.
I've gotten a couple Sonys, but they always kind of like leave me wanting more. I don't know if it's the software or the cameras. I did have one of those, and the cameras was a little interesting to say the least. It had a lot of you had to really go into the pro mode and kind of figure that whole thing out, and you could
Yeah,
get some good video, but it's a lot of work.
yeah. So I had dreams of grandeur when I got this ZV-1. I was like, yeah, I get the ZV-1, be in the Sony family, and if I get a Sony phone, they do HDMI in, so they can be used as a monitor for a Sony camera. So I'm like, it'll be like the ultimate vlogging setup or something like that. But it's just entire their ecosystem is entirely too expensive, man.
mm, yeah, yeah. I'm not feeling that whole Sony thing. So Sean says USC all day. They do have a good quarterback. I like their quarterback.
Yeah,
Um, my
better
Project
than Florida State
13,
for
yeah. My Project 13 just got home from work. Notice you guys are live stream going on. I really would. Yeah, why not? Let's talk about the phone of the year. Um, has anyone done the oh, yes, oh God, that is a awesome skin, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna swap out the
Fantastic.
G. I'm gonna swap out the G. I got a
Yeah, I'm
black
not
one.
feeling that G. It's kind of a little
Yeah, I got a black one and a white one. I think I'm gonna go black just because it kind of matches the camera
yeah, that's nice.
cut up. Yeah, yeah. I went skin crazy.
I saw your posts. I'm using
Yeah,
the oh, that I like that. I had that on
yeah.
my laptop actually. What is that one called? That's the
I think this is the Alpine.
yeah, the
I
Alpine.
got
That
it.
was clean.
Yeah, got it on the
I got the
titanium.
I don't even know what case this is. Oh, Caseology. I like
Okay,
this
solid.
case.
They make
Yeah.
good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I like this because it's it very easy to use, good grip and good protection. I don't like that it doesn't
yeah,
have MagSafe, but
yeah.
I can live without
That
it. And you
that's the
can't
only
really put the
reason.
ring on this because look,
Oh yeah, that texture.
it
Yeah,
has the texture. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. Because I did order some rings
and
from
they got
Amazon.
on the fold four.
Yeah, that one's
I try
cool.
to do something to kind of match the rail and stuff.
I
Cause
like
this is the
that.
gray green
Is that
joint
the
on there.
robotic one? Robot?
Nah, this is the navy camo. That's what this one is.
That one is nice. I like that one
And
a lot.
then, but my favorite right now is the
Oh
leather
yeah.
on the flip and just on the front.
Oh yeah.
It
Just the
you
classic
can't tell
black.
that it doesn't come that way.
That's
Like I got
nice
a
though.
tempered glass on there and it's completely flush.
I like that a
Just
lot.
feels good. Yeah.
That one looks good. Um, Tech Free Need says I love my ZV1. That's
Yep.
cool.
That's a
Um,
champ.
I
Yeah, I
love
think
the
I'm gonna hold
try.
on to it.
Yeah. Actually, I picked one up. I should be getting it next week, I think. Uh,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, so it worked out. I love to try a Sony phone one day, but man, those prices, yeah, they are really high.
Yeah.
Uh,
Super high.
yeah, Tech for your needs, likes the skins. I got that. Oh yeah. Why
Yeah,
you gotta
that's what.
flex with the M2 Air, bro? Come on, man. Why are you doing that to me?
Hey man, that was my inspiration. Though. Shout out to BG Tech Life. He got it looking good over there. I wanted to
Yeah,
get it
now you
for
got
my.
me. Now you're gonna have me skin happy. You guys
I
gonna
wanted
have
one for my Ultra. I want a leather one for my Ultra, but D brand is tripping.
yeah for that whole thing. Yeah, what's it
Yeah,
like $60?
they don't have one.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
said. They
not like it's
tripping.
not a popular device.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask you? Okay, so phone of the year 2023, should it be categorized that you have the smartphone of the year, and then you have the foldable of the year, and then maybe you have another category where you have just best phone of the year, where it could be either foldable or it could be a regular fold phone. Because I think sometimes, when you have a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 that costs $1,700 up against a iPhone 15 Pro Max, hey, shout out to you down there. Um, it sometimes it it doesn't seem like it's almost like putting a documentary from a local TV station up against a ESPN. You know what I mean? Not that I'm
yeah.
mad I didn't win that Emmy, but I'm a
Yeah, I
little
was gonna say
pissed off.
Emmy
Yeah,
nominated
yeah, I got
kind of
nominated, but
program.
I didn't
Yeah.
win because I didn't have 19 cameras. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't know
Um
if you. I kind of
I,
but I like to have maybe three categories. We have smartphone, like regular phone of the year, foldable of the
mm,
year, and then just best overall. Like, doesn't matter if it's a foldable. What do you think?
I think at a minimum you got to have two. Um just because how do you compare this, like the things you're going to grade a slab on,
Right.
like they
No.
aren't going to matter when it comes to the foldable. Like
Right.
I asked somebody who was asking me about, um he has the S23 Ultra, and he was like, I want to try one of the foldables. What's the best foldable right now? I'm like, you're in the US. Unless you're going flip, you really only got three options: Pixel, OnePlus Open, Fold
Right.
5. As far as support goes, I can get my, if I bust up my Fold 5 or I fold it and it disintegrates, I can walk until you break out fix, get it fixed in 2 hours. That's the only
Right.
foldable on the planet right now that has the type of support. Um, and that's really what it comes down to. With the foldables, in my experience, something's going to happen to the screen. It's not if, it's when. That's just every, within a year, something always happens, whether it's a little bump or a little something weird between the hinge and the screen. You want something that you have some support for. That's why, for me, getting the OnePlus Open is kind of a no go, because it, even with trade ins or whatever, still a lot
Right.
to replace this and know that I'm just kind of out here if something happened to it. Like maybe I can buy insurance or something like that. But anyway, that's a tangent. I think I had two categories because foldables are going to be compared based on different things in the slab, right?
Right.
Um, Maybe you can have an overall in some categories, but it's really hard to pick because it's kind of a preference. Because even within the foldables, like, do you like a narrow one? Do you like kind of the short, fat ones like the Pixel?
Right.
Do you like something that disappears in your pocket? Like I literally forgot this was in my pocket one day. Um,
Yeah. That I'm telling you, the flip does definitely has an argument to be a foldable of the year because of just its versatility, its popularity. I've
yeah,
seen a lot of people with flips more
I mean it's
than I mean, seriously, like when I'm out, I've seen a lot of people like in my business, players, NFL football players with a flip. It's very interesting because usually it's iPhone, 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 Samsung. You know,
mhm.
not a lot of people in that industry have a Google Pixel except for Giannis.
Yeah, exactly.
And Jimmy Butler ain't, even though he does the commercials, I know personally he doesn't really own it.
Yeah,
So
I'm waiting for his tweet sent from my phone to come out.
yeah, the good thing is we don't have to worry about that anymore because Elon got rid of
Yeah,
that whole
yeah.
nonsense. So it's one of those things where, yeah, I think you're right. I think a lot of times smartphone of the year could be a preference thing. It could be what you like the most. Um, what you like.
Yeah.
Are you using your foldable the most out of your
So
phones?
So my main sim is in my Fold 4. It was
Okay.
in my Pixel, and this is kind of preference, right? So I
Right.
had to go to a what I have last weekend, company Christmas party for my wife,
Okay.
and this is like a very niche situation. I had to pick which phone to take because I had the trouble with switching from the iPhone. I had to go get a
Right.
physical SIM. The main benefit of a physical SIM is I can literally just pop it into whatever phone I want and
Right.
roll out. So I'm like, do I want to show up at her company Christmas party with this, or do I want to, throw a leather case on and show up with this, right? So I chose the Fold. I haven't went back yet, um, but like we were saying before, as far as comparing the phones, they're so different. Like I love, as far as slab phones, I love my Pixel. The
Mm-hmm.
camera is amazing,
Yeah, and the
and just
software's
the
is smooth.
software, man,
Yeah.
is smooth, right? I
Yeah.
have, and right now I know the battery's going to be trash, so I just literally just disregard that. So I went
Yeah.
into developer settings, turned down all the animations, and it's the only phone I've seen where you have the option to force 120 all the time. I'm
Right.
telling you, as far as fluidity, smoothness, there's nothing.
Yeah, and the
There's nothing
texting,
like that. Yeah,
the
like, oh
speech
yeah,
to
the speech to
text is
text,
insane.
unmatched,
Yeah, and now with the new
unmatched.
update, the December drop, that phone is even better now.
Yeah,
With the video boost, everything you have.
yeah. I'm
Um,
literally waiting for that to. So that's rolling out. I think server side, because I sent out a thread earlier today about getting that, and people were saying, "Yeah, I got the December drop, but I don't see the video boost feature." And so right now, I'm just waiting for that to pop up so I can start testing that immediately because I'm interested in that for real. Because that's one of the areas that the phone, in a vacuum, the Pixel video is fine, right?
yeah,
You can record a 10-bit video,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's good enough. 4K 60. Once you get 4K 60, it's not that bad. You might have like some niche stuff like exposure, you know,
Right.
popping and autofocus stuff. But I'm really interested to see what the video boost does for
Yeah,
real.
I think so too. I think the cameras on the Pixel 8 Pro have gotten a lot better. I don't think they're at the quality of the iPhone
Yeah,
video yet, but
yeah,
negotiable. Like we're okay, we can get by
yeah.
here a lot better than we used to.
Oh yeah,
Um, and
especially
also
in HD.
Samsung's video has been good too. I've shot some really good video on my Fold 5, and it's been outstanding for me. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we got somebody in the backstage, Lamar Jackson's personal assistant from the Baltimore Ravens,
Oh
BG
yeah.
Tech Life, joining us
Hey.
live on Android Stud. Talk about smartphone of the year 2023. So if you had two choices, BG, you got regular phone of the year, not a foldable, and foldable of the year. What do you say?
I'm going with the Z Fold 5 for the phone of the year, and it's a toss up between the Pixel, well, for the foldable of the year, yeah, Z Fold 5, and the
Right.
Pixel 7a or the S23 Ultra, because I mean, just the way that Samsung do it every year, bro. Like, you gotta get them hands down. Like, they dropped that phone at the beginning. It's
Yeah.
the first phone and it set the tone, and it's got to fight all the other phones. And now these phones all came, they all was able to come out and take their best shot. You know what I mean? And
Right.
like now that they out, we're on the dawn of the next S24. You know what I'm saying? The S24 Ultra,
Right.
which I'm sure is going to bring a lot to the table. So that 23 Ultra was a beast of a phone, but I will say this, it was just almost too much phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a behemoth. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
definitely picked that phone up with intent. You know, when it was
Right.
like on some chill time, it was like, yeah, where my flip at? Because that's just a lot of phone. That's a lot of phone when you in bed at night looking at YouTube to fall on your face. The wrong edge, and you can have a small
Paul.
bruise.
Pause.
Yeah.
Oh,
Paul. That's the
yeah.
thing that for me, I really have. Yeah, that's nice. I haven't really enjoyed the S23, the S22, or the 23 Ultra. I don't like those phones. I like the S21 Ultra. That phone is, I thought was a nice phone. And I know they combine the two, the Note and the Ultra together, but for me, man, I that phone is it's humongous. I mean, it's massive, man. It's almost like the Pro Max, the iPhone. At times can be a little big for nothing. Um,
Hmm.
but I will say the S23 Ultra battery, screen, software. I ain't mad at you. I'm not gonna keep them out of the college football championship like you guys did with Florida State, but I'm definitely gonna put them in there in that top four. If we were to do a smartphone playoff, I think the S23 Ultra definitely has to be in that slab phone conversation, along with maybe the iPhone, the Pixel. Um, it's funny because where do you put the flip? Because the flip's not a foldable. I guess it is a foldable though. You're right. Um,
It's a phone with a caveat. You know what I'm saying? That's what
yeah,
I
it's
like
like a
about it.
little
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a little side cart motorcycle. It's got that little
Yeah.
extra, where you
Yeah.
can kind of um, do your thing. But I don't know. Yeah, tech free needs. I got the regular ZV1. I got the first generation. So I know you asked in the stream. Um, but definitely, I think one of those phones, definitely is a contender for phone of the year. Uh, Foldable. I had the Z Fold 5, the OnePlus Open. I didn't really have the Pixel Fold long enough to really uh, let you guys know how it would compare to those two, but I didn't like the Pixel Fold just initially. I just didn't like the form factor for me. I know a lot of people love the form factor on it. I thought it was a little heavy. It was a lot
Hmm.
heavy. That was a heavy phone.
Yeah.
Um, and I guarantee that Google changes the design on that next year totally. Um, I
I
think.
doubt it.
You
I
think
doubt it.
think they'll come out with the same heavy boy?
Um, I don't think they really had intentions on selling a lot of them. I think the focus this year, and BG, you said it a while back, Google's just trying to get their ecosystem out. They trying to be able to just check the boxes. We got a
Yeah.
tablet. Is it the best tablet? No. It ain't close, but we got a tablet. We got a watch. Is it the best watch? No. We got a foldable. Is it the best foldable? No. When I went to get my replacement SIM card, I was talking to the guy at T-Mobile, right? And I asked him, no, he saw, because I had like two or three phones on me. He was like, oh man, like, so you a phone guy? I'm like, yeah. And I had the fold. He was asking me how I liked it. I told him this and that. And I asked him, did y'all sell a lot of Pixel folds? I knew the answer was no. I didn't expect to hear what he said. He's like, I've never seen one. He was like, we
Mm.
didn't even get any to sell. I was like,
Oh yeah,
did y'all
T-Mobile
have
didn't
people
sell it.
asking
Yeah.
for them? No, like they sell it. He
They
said they
sell
never got
that?
one in the. Yeah, the Pixel Fold.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. They do. Don't
he
they
said
sell
they
Right.
it?
It
never
just
got
was
one in
no
the
need to
store.
have it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh yeah, they don't
said,
have it in the store. And you know
yeah,
what I noticed too? The Best Buys by me don't
hmm,
have it in the store either.
yeah,
Like on display
yep,
to look at, they don't have that one or the One Plus Open, but I believe they sell both of them, which is kind
yep.
of weird. So, but the Z Fold 5
Oh yeah,
and the Flip 5 are on display,
yeah. They there. They
along
ready
with
to
some
go.
of the other. But I think also the one that BG has been telling us, BG's been telling us for the last 6 7 months.
Yeah, I've
He's
been
been
pimping
telling us
this
about
Pixel 7A.
he's been telling us about the Pixel 7A for a
Oh
minute.
yeah, yeah.
That
You know
phone,
what?
if you think about it, 90 hertz,
Yep,
wireless charging, it got a hell of a camera.
yep.
Software is gonna be top notch. It probably got the December drop already. Um, nice size screen, good form factor, not uh ultra size, but it's not
Mm.
a small phone. It's got a decent screen on it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you really can't argue with that phone. How they upgraded Tensor 2, right?
Yep.
Yo, turns the two on there. To see the thing about the Pixel 7a is it's just a really basic device. And
Yes.
I think that's where I think to a degree, me personally, as just somebody that use devices and stuff like that, and everybody wants something different from their device. So you the way you think may be different from the way I think. But I feel like Pix, Pixel 7a is just enough phone with a screen size, the resolution it's just enough. It's basic, so it doesn't overtask the Tensor G2 processor.
Yeah, you're
So I
right.
feel like it's a very smooth and fluid
Right.
phone that just has really nailed down the basics. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? Because I'm like, bro,
Mm.
why am I using the Pixel 7 Pro and I'm not having a good time with it like I'm having with this little Pixel 7a right here. But they got the same processor, but the thing is, everything that a pro device come with, or all the expectations that consumers have with pro devices, so they gotta put those features on there, is definitely gonna weigh the device down and dictate, how the device operate because it's kind of a little underpowered for all the features, I think. But yeah, the Pixel 7a, it does everything good. And I feel like Google has something special when it comes to their computational photography. I feel like
Mm.
it's the thing that got them at number one. And I feel like they starting to reach when they go in that direction with all this. Oh, we could change your face. Oh, you can erase this. Like that's cool and everything, but that's kind of like almost cartoonish, gimmicky to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody goes to take a photo and say, "Yeah, I'm just going to take this photo, but I'm gonna remove the bookshelf." Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
is cool, is nice, it's more like a or act sweet, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I felt like they had the secret sauce when they just was able to take decent sensors and just put out the best picture possible. That trick right there was everything. Like, don't run that into the ground. Stand on that, do what you can do with video native. Like I'm tired of all of this. All right, I'm using this device, but this device is connected to the damn, Starlink satellite to do everything that it need to do, and it's kind of like shooting itself in the foot. But
Right.
the thing about the Pixel 7a to me is the simplicity. It's like getting really back to it almost feel like getting back to a Nexus 6P or some shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, man. For the past week, I've been trying to upload videos to Google Photos so I can create a link and send it to some iPhone people. These videos have been backing up all week, and Google Photos is just churning and churning and churning, and it's sort of like you said, like I need native on device stuff, right? You
Right.
can't do the same thing you did with the cameras where you bring subpar hardware and use computational stuff to jazz it up, right? With the video, especially once you start doing 10-bit, 4K, HDR, these videos files are huge.
Yeah.
I,
Mm.
I need to be able to see what I'm gonna see right when I do it. That's the thing I respect about the iPhone is their quality of video is they're still the top. They're the
Yeah.
bar,
Yeah.
right? And me being a long time Android person, I've dabbled with iPhones and stuff, but taking an iPhone and actually putting my main SIM in it, using it, recording, taking pictures. Like I said, pictures. The Pixel is the best picture it can take. The Pixel is still better. That
Yeah.
video, when you look side by side, it is a noticeable difference. Like
Yeah.
it's a noticeable difference, even still. Of course, if all I just show you is pixel video, it looks good. The iPhone video just looks better, which I really think is like you're arguing about like the top 10% at this point, right? You're not really. It's not the difference between good video and bad video. It's like good video or the best possible video, and most people aren't gonna care about either one. Um, but I
And
need
but that's
on
my
device though.
like what you said, right? People, it's like the top 10%. So the way I look at it, like when it comes to video, and if I really need to, it's like the way I look at video now is like, okay, boom, the quality of the video, but at the same time, after I shoot this video, what can I do with this video?
Hmm.
How can I utilize this video on how does the smartphone deal with this video? Now, yeah, the Pixel, like, I'm not sure, I've never used the Pixel 8 Pro, but like let's say my Pixel 7a. Um, it might take some, I might get some good video for a little while, but then after a while, it's going to start pixeling, because it's underpowered, and it's not that I'm asking it to do anything that you shouldn't be asking a smartphone to do. I'm not taking it to the limits or trying to make the phone crash. Just that the way that some people will have you believe when you say, "Oh, well, this isn't quite working right," when it comes to pictures. But it's the thing of like, boom, my Z Flip 5, it's got a weak ass sensor. So the video that I get off that sensor is not gonna, it's gonna be B sensor. It's gonna be like B minus video from that sensor or whatever in the processing that Samsung do. But at the same time, I can move that video around the device. I can edit that video on the device. I can chop it up and do whatever I need to do with it quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I think me, dealing with content creation is like, yeah, the question is, okay, if I got video in the top 10% and all these phones in the top 10% when it comes to videos and pictures and stuff like that, it's like now the next step is, what can I do on my phone with this video? And that's where the pixel becomes the issue at sometimes, a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. I think it's all about, you know, every phone has its wheelhouse, like Samsung, this display, iPhone, the video, Pixel, the photos, OnePlus, the cracked screens. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But I think it's like, I mean, just watching, I do think it's kind of a thing. Sometimes I think it's a thing to that, just seeing like all the cracked screens that I've seen on OnePlus Open. Not saying that, and it's not about me. Like, and this is the scary thing about most of the tech community to me. Like, just as a person that's loved smartphones since I was like 16 years old and just spent entirely too much money on smartphones and just had entirely way too many smartphones, it's things that I can see. Is just knowledge that I have based on all of this, technology that I use, that I could say, okay, that might be a problem, or this might be an issue. And when you look, like when they say OnePlus, if you look at the OnePlus Open, that crease is not there at all. It's a flat, you know what I'm saying? It's no crease. That screen is looking very good. I will say that. But I feel like the way that when the people drop it, the way that it just rips straight down the middle, and like it seems like it always ripped from side to side. It's like, is that too much pressure on the screen? Like, are they forcing this? Are they shortening the screen so when you open the phone that it's pulled nice and tight so it's flat, but at the same time there's a lot of pressure on that display being pulled? You know what I mean? Like if I took my phone right now and bent it back, it would be less of a crease, but at the same time it's probably not good for the display. I'm just curious. Like, what do y'all think about that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. They're supposed to be using some sort of different, like simplified hinge mechanism or something like that. It's supposed to make the phone lighter, the hinge stronger, different materials, all this stuff. But like you're saying, at the end of the day, you taking a screen and you folding it and you unfolding it, and ultimately, however they choosing to unfold the screen, you know, maybe it's causing some issues. My thing when I look at stuff like that, social media makes stuff look like it's happening to everybody. But
Mm.
the reality is, you see the most extreme cases, right? If you go eat at a burger restaurant and you get food poisoning, you gonna be able to tell people like, yeah, it was December 23rd. It was a little overcast outside. The address of the place is this. I went there, I ate the burger. It's the worst time of my life. But if you have the best burger, you're gonna be like, it was last year sometime, might have been the year before. I think the place is off 163rd or something. Like when you have good experiences, it just kind of like blends in. But when you have a bad experience, you gonna shout to the heavens. You gonna tell everybody you know. And I think that might be kind of what's happening with the OnePlus Open. Like I ain't seen the numbers, but if you got a OnePlus Open and you came out of pocket for it and something happened to it, you posting about it. You go tell somebody. But if you had a phone and nothing happens, it just works fine every day. You probably ain't posting about it. So
Now
that's kind of why I kind of take it like that.
I understand that, and I ain't gonna hop on it too long. I completely understand that, like all this foldable stuff. Like just when anytime that you buy a phone that open and close the screen fold, you taking a risk. You taking it's got a functionality that no other phone
Yeah.
have, and you are obviously it's more working parts. It's more of a risk when you buy this phone off the break. You should accept that. You should know that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's just like all of them, all the little three of them that I've seen. It seemed like the screen tears at the same point, almost in the same way. That's the only
Mm,
reason I thought like that. Maybe because I've seen folding
yeah.
screens go out, and it'd be a blotch here, or sometimes it's a line, but all of them joints got it's just like this tear right down the middle of them, and I just wondered like is that a connection because you see a lot of these foldable phones go up, but the joints that I see from OnePlus is like they all go up in this same way in this same area of the phone
Right.
type deal. That's the only thing that's the only reason I was just curious about that. Not to knock that device. I think it's a wonderful device. Good looking device. You know what I mean? I've listened. I'm no fanboy. I like Samsung, but at the end of the day, like I joke about being a fanboy. I don't I'm not defending no bad decisions. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm
Right.
not that's the thing about me. I
Yeah.
say praise about something. I like this phone, I like that phone, but I'm not gonna be sitting here like, oh, you said something about Samsung? I need to come see about you. Like, no, I'm not doing
Yeah.
But yeah, we got time for that. That's so true.
that.
Yeah. So BG, basically, bottom line, you're just saying that thing is tight.
Yeah, like it's tight. It's like I feel like boom, like if
They
you
have made that so to
when
the
you
point.
open it up,
Yeah.
because when you I can't when you open it up and it's like maybe the screen has been shortened, so when they open
Mm,
it up, it's been pulled. It's got that just like anything. If something got a crease in it and you take your hands and you stretch it out, the crease is gonna be gone, right?
right.
That's simple physics. So
Yeah.
is that part of it? You know what I mean? Is it something like
No, you make
protruding,
a good
pushing it
point.
up? Yeah, that's
You,
all. I'm just looking at
the aesthetics of
I've
it.
got
Yeah.
an engineer's mind. You know what I mean? Uh, the mind of an engineer.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's just
I
like
yeah, you're just the engineering of it all makes sense where
yeah,
if it's stretched out and if it falls,
it's
that's
like
where the
pop.
issue is. I don't think
Yeah,
I think they perfected
Yeah.
opening and closing it, but I think it's
yeah.
when it falls is where something gets thrown off a little bit. Then there's an issue. But that's why I say with foldables, I know with the Fold 5, I got the insurance on it just because it was a good deal from Samsung when I bought it. It was like really cheap for the month. So just to have that kind of peace of mind. So in case you have any issues, you can get it fixed, no problem. Um, but moving on, what did you guys think of this blind smartphone camera test that MKBHD has been doing for, I want to say, the last few years? Probably the
Yeah.
last, what, 4 or 5 years he's been doing it.
Yeah. I think
I
so.
think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's dope.
I think it's
Like I
dope as
like
Like Uno
hell.
the
nice.
effort. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to go to, but you should check it out. If you go to vote.mkbhd.com, which is a really easy website to remember. I love simple
Hmm.
websites, and that's really easy. Um, they have three different categories. He has portrait, the standard, and then was it night photography or I forget what he called it.
Yeah. Low
Uh,
light.
low light, yeah, or yeah,
Yeah.
night or whatever. Um, but if you go in here and you can vote, as you can see, here's a yes, you got standard, low light, and portrait.
Hmm.
Um, and they're interesting photos. I like the one with his hand on his face, and then you're shooting into backlight, which is a no-no when you're doing photography. But I
Hmm.
think he was trying to test the camera to its fullest. And then the low light, you have an orange jacket shooting into light in the back of you. So
Hmm.
that was a hard test. And I
It
don't know
was
if you know,
but
yeah, I don't know if you noticed the portrait mode. There were some really bad portrait photos in that collection. I don't know if you noticed. There was one that looked like somebody commented on Twitter, looked like the Nintendo DS took the picture.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I got to
shit.
go through and finish. I guess feeding my algorithm my opinions, and I kind of screwed up the first one because I did the standard,
Yeah.
and I got about like 80% through, and I was like, oh, I can zoom in. And after that, I was like, yeah, this is a trash run. So I'm gonna get on the PC and I'm gonna pull it up and go through and
Yeah, it took me like a
you know,
half hour to do all three.
yeah,
But I think it's good because he gets the data so he can do the video.
yeah,
Because our votes he uses to determine, and you'll be surprised because
Yeah.
it's almost like a March Madness of smartphones. So
yep,
it's almost like a elimination. He'll tell you the phone. Letter J was the Pixel 7a, and it went up against the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and it beat it out by yada yada votes. It's really
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I can guarantee you there'll be a lot of companies begging him for this data because no company has this data.
That's
Like
incredible
they,
data. You're right.
yeah,
He could
like
actually sell it.
straight from the consumer, like the like
Yep.
consumers' opinions. Not we did this and we
Yep.
took 25 pixels and bend them down to 12, and you're
Yeah.
gonna get better this and better that. No, what do people actually think
Yeah.
about
I think
pictures?
this is
What do
the
they
first
like?
time I actually voted. Let me see if I could pull up my stuff was very pixel. If you could say
Hey,
if you could say
hey,
that.
it's for a and who else has a lot of data? Google.
Right.
Google knows a lot about what people like and what they don't like,
Yeah.
Let me
And I
and
think he
see.
chose a good picture
Yeah, he
because that's
did.
dynamic. That I think like with that low light, he was trying to choose like dynamic range. So he got a bright coat, but it's
Right.
dark in the background. So it's like, and I really think he's showing that when it come down to it, when it come down to these smartphones, it's all about the like really. Now, if you want a picture that you've taken and you want a photo that you've taken and put your own, fixes on and stuff like that, you're
Right.
gonna want more manual stuff. I want a bigger sensor. I want more information because I'm gonna do my thing. But anybody want to point and shoot just best picture out there, it's gonna always go towards pixel because they got the most computational information, period. They do the
I
best
agree.
with just the phone knows, okay, this is what the picture is, and this is what somebody wants to see.
yeah,
They know they
Yep.
they they've determined that. So it's kind of like a cheat code. So it's like as far as the point and shoot go, like to me, like it don't matter what damn sensor you put on the pixel. I don't care the difference between the sensor and the Pixel 7a and the Pixel and the sensor and the Pixel 8 Pro. Unless you're doing something specifically like telephoto, if you just pointing and shooting, the process is going to do the thing. It's not going to be the sensor at all. You know what
Right.
I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
my
I
my
agree.
results for, I believe this was portrait. Um, I picked the Pixel 8 Pro, then the Pixel 7a, then the iPhone 15 Pro, um, and then and I did the full like
All
voting. Like
three.
I went
Yeah.
all the way through it. It took a long time, but I gave it its just due. And now for the what was this for? This was standard, I think, maybe. This might have been,
Dang.
yeah, this was standard. The Pixel 7a one, just regular photography, followed by the Pixel Fold, then the Asus Rogue Phone 7. I don't know how that got in there. I don't
That's
know.
wild. I heard the
Yeah.
phone got a good camera though.
It does?
Yeah, I heard the RG phones have us like, but they're always compared to other gaming phones. But they're always
That's
like, yeah,
true.
and the
Well,
camera is it's got a
that's
good camera.
that's
So
good. That's good to
yeah,
know because I would think being a gaming phone that their camera wouldn't be as good.
hmm
And then night photography. This one's a little weird because the Z Fold 5 has
hmm
a good camera, and then the Pixel 7a obviously has a good camera, and then the OnePlus Open. Um, I think that bigger sensor maybe helped the OnePlus Open here, having that
definitely,
1 inch sensor probably.
yeah,
Maybe the Z Fold 5. You know why I think that they may produce a better looking shot at night is because it does what
Saturation.
Samsung. Yeah, no, not saturation. Saturation is one part of it, but Samsung is known for overexposing.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
at night, that may come in handy when in the darker
yeah,
situation, overexposing like gives you
yeah,
an effect of like, oh, okay, this is you know what I'm saying. I can
yeah.
see
It
a
looks
lot
good.
for it to be dark out here. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Because the
Right.
camera now when you show it as bright, it's like, oh man, like this camera turned me to a white man. I'm a black man now. I look like a white man.
Exactly.
And so I'm curious. I would love for him to make a behind the scenes video for this because
I
I want
think
to see the setup. Like I
I
want to see the
yeah,
settings.
yeah, I
And
think he did do something kinda I think he does include some of that stuff in the video, but you're right, like a pure behind the scenes would be kinda
yeah,
cool
yeah,
just to
because
see,
like we were
also
talking about,
right,
like
actually
it.
too, like, how does today when I was voting, when I was done voting, I was like, "Holy moly, what company does this?" Like, this is incredible
Yeah.
that they built a website that they're
Hmm.
able to analyze all this data, and it's super clean, simple. It
Yeah.
wasn't hard to do. It was really well done.
Yeah.
You could do it on your smartphone. I did it on my
Hmm.
the tablet, which is like a
Hmm.
smartphone. Um,
Yeah.
but you
So
could
you
do it
double
on your
tap.
smartphone. I just wanted to have a bigger screen so I could kind of see the photo a little better. Um,
Yeah.
but
I'm
it's
gonna do that.
incredible, man. The behind the scenes would be outstanding.
Yeah, because I'm curious because my thing is always there's the best photo a phone can take, and then there's how consistently and easily can it take that best photo.
Right,
And so it like we're getting one photo from each phone
right.
out of 10 shots, or was
Maybe.
it like I hit it one time and whatever came out is what came
I'm
out?
curious. I was talking to
Like,
BG about that. I was like,
yeah,
I'm wondering if it's, set up,
'cause-
you know, obviously he's probably got to give it a little bit of a do. He probably has to tap the screen to make sure, because just to
yeah,
take out the phone and just take a picture, you probably get some blurry pictures or the lighting wouldn't be correct. So I'm not sure how he does it. I would be interesting to see how he's
yeah,
setting up to take the shot.
I
yeah,
think
and
it's
that what?
still photos because you can't, you like because in any experiment, what you gotta have like you got everything to come up like with the right hypothesis.
Right,
All the everything
right,
has to be exactly the same.
right,
Right,
right.
Like,
gotta have a
and I
baseline. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think they would skip that. So I think like I think Samsung, like it's phone companies that's gonna get a pass on this test and end up higher on this test because this test don't involve moving objects.
Right.
Because me and
Hmm.
Leo was just talking about that, and he was like, well, I'm like, yeah, Samsung get perfect edge detection every time, but
Right.
most of the pictures I take are of things that are still objects. So Leo,
Hmm.
he taking pictures of his German shepherds. That ain't a
Right.
still
Yeah.
object at
No.
all. You see what I'm
No.
saying?
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
understand where he come from now, where he getting the pictures that's off, and he got to redo it, he got
Yeah.
to retake it because
Yeah.
Samsung has.
I'm always fascinated by the pixel camera portrait. And I test it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna throw this ball in the air, let my dog catch it. I bet you it doesn't get a good picture. And every
Hmm.
single time in portrait, it freezes the frame and it takes the picture. I can't believe it. And I'll try it with the
Hmm.
Samsung and it doesn't work. Like there's
But you
something
know
Yeah.
what?
there's
You
some
know what?
voodoo.
Devil's advocate. It ain't voodoo. It's
There's
computational
no photography.
information
Yep.
because soon as that you take that picture with that and we could separate the actual sensor, what the sensor produced, and
Yep.
that process that it does after the produce the sensor, it probably be an insanely different picture. But that once
So
you take that picture, that phone probably went all over the internet, said this is a German Shepherd, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is how you get the most glorious photo.
Yeah.
So Leo could be amazed when
Right.
after
Yeah,
this
you're right.
process. You see what
And
I'm
they
so
saying?
so Samsung doing that as well though.
yeah.
Right? So Samsung is like when you point it at a dog, you know it's a dog. When you point it at food,
Yeah.
they've been doing that as well.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a
But
while.
but the way the Pixel does it, like as soon as you open the app, it's taking pictures, and you're just
Yeah.
telling it when which pictures to save. So as
And
soon as you open the viewfinder, it's taking pictures. It's accounting for like, okay, well, this is the subject that you're probably going to shoot, and you're just confirming like, yes, this is what I want to shoot. But the whole time
Hmm.
it's been looking, it's been adjusting, it's been focusing. This is grass, this is a face, that's a hat, jacket, sky, truck,
Yep.
house. So it, like you said, BG, it's doing a lot of that. But I think I got to test it out. When you go to like 50 megapixel mode or whatever, I
Right.
think it turns all that off
Right.
because I think you lose a lot of those features when you don't let it do the bit pixel binning and all that stuff.
Right.
I gotta verify, but I think that might be a good option.
Yeah, and I did notice when I take the photos, like of the dog catching the ball, that if I take the photo as soon as the dog catches it, it takes it before that, or so I have to actually
Mm,
take I actually have to take the picture while right when I throw the ball. So it's
yeah,
almost catching it after. Because if I do it as soon as he catches it, then it takes it before I throw it. So it's almost like Google's anticipating the picture before I even take it.
yeah. If you got Top Shot on, it's taking a couple of frames before, a couple of
Yeah, I
frames
haven't tried
after.
Top Shot though. To be honest with you, that's kind of funny
Yeah.
that I don't even use that. But
It
yeah,
might be. Is it on? I don't know if it's
might
on
be
by
on
default
by
or not.
might be on by default. You're right.
Yeah, but yeah. That's so. I was gonna say too. By default, Samsung phones only take the picture when you pick your finger up off the shutter button. That's
Right.
why they seem slower. And Pixels and every other phone maker with sense, their phones take the picture as soon as you touch the shutter button. So Samsungs are kind of always seem laggy.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty interesting how they're able to do all this stuff with cameras these days. I mean, we never dreamed of having these kind of photos ever, but
Hell
now they're
yes.
just. I'm trying to pull up the. Yeah, there she is. So let me see. Yeah, that's the shot. That's one of them. You see, it like freezes everything. Nothing's blurry, really. I mean, obviously, the around the ears and stuff. It could be not as good as some other photos, but you're talking about an actual moving object. So I still think it's pretty impressive.
Was that in
Um,
portrait or
that's portrait.
regular?
No, this is
Okay.
portrait.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't try regular. I've always done it in portrait because the portrait always looks so more impressive just because
Yeah.
of the blurred background. That's just regular portrait. That's the little one.
So
That's the big one.
yeah. So I was gonna say this, man. A lot of times on the Pixel, since they finally have a big sensor, if you're up close on something, you don't even need portrait mode
I
because the
know.
sensor's so big, it'll
Yeah,
blur out the background without you
I
doing
did
that.
notice that. Like, I took a picture the other day and I was like, did I use portrait? And then
Yeah.
it asked me if I wanted to add blur. And I'm like, no, it looks pretty good, to be honest with you.
Oh,
So, yeah, I mean, all these cameras are good.
yeah.
At the
It's
end of the
fun.
day, iPhone, Samsung, Pixel, they all take really good photos. Um, I just prefer the Pixel because there's such a confidence when you're somewhere and you're taking pictures. And video for
Yep.
me is very minor. I don't do a lot of video on my phone for YouTube or even anything else. I take a lot of pictures though, like pictures of places I gotta go, places I'm at, weddings, birthdays, parties, whatever it may be. So for me, and the iPhone 15 does a great job too with the natural blur. Tech for your needs was just talking about. But let me go through the comments because I haven't done that really well. But Tech for your needs. Thanks for stopping in. Uno I is in the building. He says I still have the Z Fold 2. Wow, old school. Pixel 6 Pro. Good phone. Z Fold 4, the Pixel Fold. Oh, main SIM and Pixel Fold. Interesting. Why do you like the Pixel Fold so much? Convince me, sir. Secondary SIM and Pixel. So he's all out Pixel. Phone of the year, I don't know. That's kind of hard to say. Yeah, it is very hard.
Yeah.
Um, Tech for you needs the Pixel phones have never been marketed to creation phone compared to others. True. Um, Let's see. Brian says iPhone video pistol whips the Pixel video. That's true. A little bit, yeah. Brian likes the S23 Ultra for phone of the year. OnePlus Open for the foldable. BG Tech Life, you know where he sits. He likes that
Pixel
7A.
7A.
Yeah, he likes
Second per
that.
dollar.
Bro, that
Yeah.
is I
When you factor
think
in price, it get real tough to recommend
I
anything
think
but a Pixel 7.
I'm
Hey,
telling you, it's there. It's in the smartphone playoffs in that top
yeah,
4 with
yeah.
Florida State and Alabama. No, I'm just kidding.
It was a budget phone, but now the Pixel 8A come with the Tensor G3. There's literally no reason for me to buy a regular Pixel or a Pro.
No, you're right. I mean,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
telling you that phone. I think the 7A is a better phone to have, especially when they had it at 375. That's a no brainer.
And it's just
Um,
really,
Black Friday deal was, and
Yeah,
there's not a phone at 375 that will beat that phone. There's no way.
not at all.
Nothing.
and nothing.
It- and
Nothing.
then think about the updates. You go down below $400. You're in an update
You
wasteland.
on 12, you
Yep.
on 11
Yeah,
out the
yeah. You
box.
definitely not getting no new
Yep.
features. You might get security updates.
Yep.
So
Bruh.
I mean, the total package for the price, man,
Yep.
it's
Well,
hard to beat.
we're gonna have our smartphone awards next Friday, so make sure you guys stop on by. We're not sure what time
Oh
we're
yeah.
doing it, but we're gonna do
Hmm.
it. We're gonna have our tuxedo shirts on, and we're gonna go through the smartphone of the year,
Oh
tablets,
yeah.
apps, you name it. Maybe we'll even do a playoff to see how we figure all this out based on all the data that BG Tech Life's going to collect this week. We're going to have a bunch of categories and we're going to go through it, man. But yet,
Yeah.
you sound great, Tech Gentlemen. I love your setup.
Hey,
BG, thanks for
appreciate it. You
being
sound
on
great
as
too, man.
always. Yeah.
I see you
Um,
splurged over there.
yeah, man. I got the Shure.
You got the big
So
boy.
yeah, I'm trying to up my game streaming. So
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I appreciate you guys stopping by and joining the fun. I want a big shout out to everybody who stopped through. Big hello to Team 100 with Phone Tech at Work, Forbes Tech Reviews, RP3, obviously the Tech Gentleman, BG Tech Life, and myself. Um, and everybody that was in the stream, man, I appreciate you guys stopping by and hit us up on social media. Let us know why you guys think there's a smartphone of the year or foldable of the year, and we'll definitely do that. But yeah, you can. Where can people find you, Tech Gentlemen? What do you got coming up?
Man, you can find me at the Tech Gentleman on YouTube, on Instagram, on Threads. I've been on Threads heavy. I've been loving the vibe, loving
Good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
awesome, man.
the natural interaction. I feel like
Good.
it's kind of a rarity on social
Awesome.
media. You know, having to follow any trends or do certain dances to get
That's
people to
awesome.
interact with you. But yeah, Tech Gentleman all around. And as far as what I got coming up, I got Pixel 8 Pro review, and I got some. I'm gonna start doing some of these accessories. I got to knock them out. I got a backlog.
That's
Yeah, I
good.
bet you do.
You know about my backlog, man. I'm looking at I got a table full over here, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I just shot half the videos already. I just got to start putting them up, man.
Right.
And
This
and
man
Leo,
got
I'm gonna
hella
take your
pressure in the
advice, man.
background.
Oh yeah.
What's that, Tech?
I said I'm gonna take your advice too about that we were talking about before with the accessories
Yeah.
and putting them up and just letting them cook.
Yeah, man. That's the way to go. Get that percentage. It's a lot better than full payment, but that's just my
Yeah.
thoughts. BG, what do you got coming up? I know you're always doing some good videos.
Yeah. Well, right now, I'm riding out the Pixel 7A to the Pixel 8A come out. Um, I'm going to be doing Z Fold 5 stuff still. The Z Fold 5 not going nowhere. I know the S24 Ultra coming this pause, but this year I think I want to go at regular S24. So I just want the matter of
That's
fact,
gonna be a
no.
good one.
Hmm.
S24 Plus, because from what I'm saying,
Clean.
S24 Plus is gonna have the Snapdragon. I'm saying that S24 might have Exynos, and I don't want
Mm.
Exynos. So if it's like that,
Mm.
that's what I seen from the leaks that I saw. So it was like that. Give
Nah.
me an S24 Plus
Hmm.
because my big phone, my S Pen phone will be the Fold 5. And I'm just going to try to get all the cases I can, all the accessories, and just keep pounding away at the content about the phone, how to use the phone. So
Pause.
we're going to be, yeah,
You
definitely
catch
pause. Flip.
it.
And so,
Pause and then start again.
yeah. But yeah, it's a lot going on, man. I try to keep the videos up for y'all,
Yeah,
man.
well, BG, I think you're doing an outstanding job along with Tech Gentleman and the rest of Team 100. I love watching. I My goal was to watch a different creator every day on YouTube because I think it's just so cool how we get to do all this stuff for free.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Don't tell them to charge us because they actually pay us, so it's kind of cool. Uh, But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll be back next week with the smartphone of the year, and we'll see you on the social media streets. Appreciate you guys stopping
All right.
by. All right, man.
Peace.
Take
Peace.
care. Appreciate you guys.